So the next topic is about good people and the law. Obviously, breaking the law is a bad thing. No one should break the law intentionally. But if you have if you have a good and honest, now these are the key words. If you have a good and an honest working class man or woman, and they have to break the law to be able to survive or to succeed, then does this mean that the law is incorrect? Does this mean that the law is not just and that we should change the law? What do you think about this?
Okay, for me for me the law is very important because uh, how is in English to I think it not means something when to follow the law, no,
To follow the law, to abide by the law, yes?
sorry, to follow the law. Okay, for me very important to follow the law because maybe the law is the only rules that we have in a society.
Uh-huh.
For example, there is a very important, for example, the history. For example, there is a very important Greek in the ancient Greek that how do you say the name? Socrates? No, I don't remember the name. Oh. Okay, a very important Greek in the past that he was he was executed under under unfair law.
Mhm.
And before that, he was no,
Executed.
executed, okay?
Executed.
Execute, sorry, executed, no,
Executed.
executed. Okay, before that, he was executed. He said that he knew that the law was unfair, but uh, he said that he jumped the law. He yeah, he jumped the law.
Broke the law.
Broke broke the rule that we have everything. I think it's very important for me to break. There is not any reason to break the law. For me, is if you want to break the law before, you have to change it. And because for someone the law is not fair, the problem is maybe the for other people other laws are not fair. If you assume all people, maybe all the law is not fair, and it's a problem. I think if you want to break the law, you have to before to change, and then if you want to, and if you get to change the law, you can avoid the unfair law.
I agree 100%. Obviously, it depends on each personal situation. But imagine you went to London for 2 weeks, okay, with your family. And then when you came back, someone had entered your house, occupied it, and they were not letting you in. Imagine that person had a child. Um, by according to the law, you cannot enter your own
Yes,
house. According to your law, you have to continue paying the rent. You cannot cut the light or the gas. You have to keep on paying. And you need to wait, 3 or 4 months until the situation goes to court, the judge grants you the order, the removal order, etc., etc. And this can take 3, 4, 5, 6 months depending on who's involved. Is this fair? Should you be able to go into your own house and take out these people by force? Or do you think abiding by the law, doing things correctly according to the law is the correct thing. Because I think that if I went on holiday for 2 weeks and I came back and this situation happened to me, I would probably enter the house by force and take those people out, because this is my house, my property, and my personal space. What's your opinion?
Okay, I think it's the situation that you say that is a horrible situation, and for me, my opinion is I will never vote a party that defend the people can occupy a house, because I think it's a horrible situation, and anybody should suffer this situation. And for me, in for example, in Spain, that we have a big problem about this. I think the law have to change, because the in this case the Spanish law is a very only thing to defend the people occupied houses. And the Spanish people have to do is to try to change the law. If the party in the power don't have to change the law, we have to sack off, is correct?
To sack or to fire? Yes.
To fire or to sack the party that in the power, because it's incredible that in Spain we have demonstration about stupid things, a lot of things. And in this case, for example, that for me very important, because my parents suffer a similar situation. It's not the same situation, but they suffer a similar situation, and they have to suffer a very difficult period, because the man that had occupied their flat, they left the house with a huge bills without pay. They have to pay this bill. My parents have to pay this bill. For me, it was very unfair. And for me, if a party defends us, the law have to change, and the law have to defend the property of the buildings and the flats. I think I will vote for them, because for me it's very important. And I think it's and I think in this country necessary to make this change.
Well, thank you very much. Very interesting. Thank you. Yes.